The era of the Big Three might be over, but don't tell that to the record books, because the battle for tennis supremacy has just found its next legendary rivalry. If you thought the tension at the top of the ATP rankings couldn't get any tighter, what we just witnessed in South Florida has changed everything. Jannik Sinner didn't just win a tennis match in Miami, he sent a massive, echoing statement across the Atlantic that vibrates all the way to the red clay of Paris. Watching him dismantle Jiri Lehecka in that final was like watching a grandmaster play chess while his opponent was still trying to figure out how the pieces move. It was clinical, it was cold, and most importantly, it was historic. We are living in a moment where the big title race isn't just a statistical curiosity, it's the heartbeat of a new generation fighting for immortality. Think about the pressure Sinner was under. He arrived in Miami with the weight of the Sunshine Double on his shoulders, a feat so difficult that even some of the greatest legends to ever pick up a racket have failed to achieve it. To win Indian Wells and then immediately transition to the humid, gritty courts of Miami and win again. That requires a level of physical and mental stamina that separates the champions from the legends. The last time we saw someone pull this off was back in 2017 when Roger Federer was defying the laws of aging. Now, Sinner has joined an exclusive club that includes names like Novak Djokovic, Andre Agassi, and Pete Sampras. He isn't just following in their footsteps anymore, he's starting to clear his own path. But the real story here is the big title count. In the world of elite tennis, we define big titles as the combination of Grand Slams, Masters 1000s, and the year-end ATP finals. This is the gold standard of greatness. Before Miami, Carlos Alcaraz felt like he was starting to pull away in this race. The Spaniard, currently sitting at world number 1, has been the poster boy for this new era with 15 big titles to his name. He has the flair, the drop shots, and that infectious smile. But Sinner is the silent assassin. With this Miami victory, the Italian has moved to 13 big titles. He's breathing down Alcaraz's neck. We're talking about 4 majors, 7 Masters 1000s, and 2 ATP finals for Sinner, compared to Alcaraz's slightly more decorated resume of 7 slams and 8 Masters titles. The gap is closing, and it's closing fast. What makes this rivalry so fascinating is the contrast in their surfaces. Sinner is the undisputed king of the hard courts. By winning Miami, he has officially completed a hardcourt sweep of Masters 1000 titles. It's a remarkable achievement that proves if you put Jannik Sinner on a blue court, he is almost impossible to beat. His timing is so pure, his ball striking so flat and powerful, that he takes time away from everyone. On the other hand, Alcaraz is a creature of the clay. Half of his Masters titles have come on the dirt. As we pivot toward the European claycourt swing, the narrative shifts. Can Sinner translate this hardcourt dominance to the sliding, grinding world of Monte Carlo, Madrid, and Rome? Or will Alcaraz use his variety and athleticism to extend his lead in the big title race once again? It's easy to forget how much doubt was surrounding Sinner just a few months ago. Remember the Australian Open semi-finals? He looked human against Djokovic. Then came that unexpected exit in Qatar against Jakub Mensik. People were starting to whisper. Was the Sinner hype train slowing down? Was he overtrained? The beauty of Jannik is his response to adversity. He didn't make excuses, he went to work. He arrived at Indian Wells a full week early, grinding away on the practice courts while others were still enjoying their post-tournament breaks. That preparation paid off in the most spectacular way possible. He didn't just win the Sunshine Double, he dominated it. As we look at the history books, Sinner's name now sits alongside Novak Djokovic, who remains a giant shadow over this tour even as he approaches 39. Djokovic has won the Sunshine Double a record 4 times, but even he has to be looking at Sinner and Alcaraz and realizing that the transition of power is finally, truly happening. Sinner is now one of only 8 men in the history of the sport to achieve this specific double. Think about that. Thousands of players have tried, but only 8 have succeeded. It puts his current form into a perspective that transcends just one tournament win. The upcoming clay season is going to be the ultimate litmus test for this rivalry. Alcaraz is the heavy favorite for the French Open, but Sinner is playing with a level of confidence we haven't seen since the peak days of the Big Three. Every match they play against each other, and every final they reach, adds another chapter to a story that might define the next decade of tennis. We are watching two young men chase the ghosts of Federer, Nadal, and Djokovic, and they are doing it with a speed and intensity that is breathtaking. Sinner has shown us that he has the discipline. Alcaraz has shown us he has the magic. But who has the longevity? As the tour moves to Europe, the world #1 ranking is essentially on the line every single week. Sinner is just over 1,000 points behind Alcaraz now. One big run in Monte Carlo or a deep dive in Madrid could see a new king crowned. The big title race isn't just a spreadsheet of wins, it's a psychological battle. Every time Sinner lifts a trophy like the one in Miami, he plants a seed of doubt in the minds of everyone else on tour, including Alcaraz. So, as we wrap up this incredible hardcourt chapter, the question remains, is Jannik Sinner currently the best player in the world, regardless of what the rankings say? He's conquered the hard courts, he's joined the legends of the Sunshine Double, and he's narrowed the gap on his greatest rival. But the clay is a different beast entirely. Can the Italian maintain this momentum, or will the Spaniard reclaim his throne in the dirt of Roland Garros? I want to hear from you guys. Looking at the big title count, 15 for Alcaraz and 13 for Sinner, who do you think will finish the 2026 season with more hardware? Is Sinner's hardcourt suite more impressive than Alcaraz's variety, or do the Grand Slams still tell the whole story? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Are you Team Sinner or Team Alcaraz? Let's get the debate going, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of professional tennis here at Tennis Desk. The clay season is just around the corner, and you won't want to miss a second of it.